And then from the internal, it goes to the external. Paul says, your love for each other is increasing. How do you see love? John, the apostle, says, my little children, don't love in word or in tongue, but in deed, D-E-E-D, and in truth. In other words, love must be action-oriented. Love must be evidence. I can't say I love you and never do anything to reflect that love. Let me give you a little test. Ready for a test? Give you two scenarios. So you can say yes or no, true or false, which one is right, and let's see if you pass the test or if you're going to fail. Option A. Your basement was flooded from the hurricane. You called up some of the people in the body, in the local church, life group leaders and small group leaders. You say, what happened to you? They said, man, everything's fine. I didn't even have to use my pump. My sump pump didn't have to use it all. In fact, I had an extra one, vacuum, the water vac, didn't have to use it all. And you said, man, my basement was flooded. And they said, I'll pray for you. Option A. Option B, hey, hurricane hit me. I want to see how you are. Just thinking about you. My basement's flooded. What happened with you? Everything's fine. Nothing happened over here. Thanks for calling. And hey, I just bought a wet vac. And can you use it? Because I'd love to bring it over, and I want to help you. Option A, does that reflect love? How many say yes, it does? Option B, does that reflect love? How many say yes? That's what Paul was seeing. And by the way, that was the report that our pastoral team heard this past week. Members helping other members, bailing out water, people assisting in meeting felt needs in practical ways. That is an indicator of love. Don't tell me that you love me and you never go out of your way, and that's not love, that's lip service. That's lip service. Love is when you're able to go through difficulty. Love doesn't mean that you're perfect and that's why I'm going to help you. Love means that I'm going to look beyond your imperfections, and I'm going to try to make sure I model Christ to you in some practical way. I want you to see, Paul was saying, ladies and gentlemen, he's saying, Thessalonians, I have seen your love increasing for one another. Think about how powerful that is. We can even learn some lessons from our feathered friends, the Canadian geese. They fly south in the winter in a V formation. And when they fly in a V formation, they do that so that the wind current is reduced for the geese or the goose that's behind the lead, for the geese behind the lead goose. And so they cut back on the wind current. And do you realize they rotate leaders periodically so that everyone gets an opportunity and everyone is not wiped out and tired? And would you believe that the studies indicate that if something happens to one goose, and that goose falls down and comes to the ground, a number of other geese go down and stand next to that goose that's wounded to encourage that goose so that they can pick back up and they'll find another flock and they'll keep going south. We must do that as believers in Christ. We must be able to know how to surround one another and not look and jeer and mock, but to lift each other up. That's the proof. And that's what Paul was saying. You want to grow in maturity? Maturity is when you have faith that's growing towards appropriating God's promises. Faith towards works that show, God, I'm in it in your kingdom to expand your kingdom. You want to grow in maturity? It's love that's increasing over time. And so we see spiritual and natural, spiritual internal, natural external. That's what goes on in regards to love. I want you to see the power of it. Love is powerful.